Welcome to Smart Girl Philippines. I'm Irish and today I'm sharing the 7 secret dating laws in the Philippines. Chances are you're probably not aware of these laws and other people aren't going to share this with you. So let's get started right away. Law number 1. Sex does not equal a relationship in the Philippines. A lot of guys will show up in the Philippines and think because a Filipina has sex with them that she wants to be in a serious relationship. But they learn the hard way that that's not always going to be the case. Filipinas might be quick to play hide the lumpia with you. And yes, it might be really amazing. But you really need to figure out what her motivation for having sex with you is before you get too excited. Let me explain. The reality is that Filipinas have sex with foreigners for a variety of reasons, and these reasons aren't necessarily good or bad. They're just how basic human nature works here. For example, I talked to a foreigner who said he showed up and rented a condo in Manila and met an amazingly beautiful Filipina online who was a junior in college. He took her to Mall of Asia for a date, and when they went to his condo, she immediately took him into the bedroom and rode him as hard as she could for 30 seconds to get his load. And then the next day when they went out again, she did the same thing. He thought that meant she loved him, so he asked her to move into his condo the next week. He was consumed with trying to figure out how to make the relationship work and was working on logistics with living in the Philippines full-time or getting her a fiancé visa and taking her to his home country. But after 6 weeks, he figured it out when he actually took the time to have a serious conversation with her about their relationship. The reality was that she was young and horny. She needed a place to stay, and she needed money to help her finish school. That was it. She didn't want to get married. She didn't want to be engaged. She didn't want to move to another country, and she already had a plan for her life after graduation. She was looking for a casual relationship, not a serious one. And she wasn't being deceptive about it. It just simply remained unspoken. He made the mistake of assuming that the sex meant she was looking for a husband. And if he would have slowed down and spent some time asking some questions, observing her actions, and figuring out what her motivations were for having sex, then he would have saved a lot of time, money, energy, and heartache. There's literally a dozen reasons why a Filipina might be having sex with you. And if you want to know what they all are, you can download my brand new free short book called The 12 Sex Languages of a Filipina, where I explain the 12 different motivations for a Filipina to have sex with you. And knowing what the top 3 or 4 sex languages of a Filipina you're dating are is going to be super important to figure out. Because if you can learn to speak her language back to her, then you'll have a better chance at having a long-term relationship. So, just click the link in the description below if you want to read it. It only takes a few minutes to scroll through, and I included some fun pictures so you won't get bored. Law number 2. Postnat clarity is mandatory in the Philippines. Filipinas have magic powers in the bedroom. We're beautiful, we're tiny, we're energetic, and we're tight. And tighter is better, duh! And if you're not careful, you're going to be thinking with the wrong head. Guys, listen up. You should not make major life decisions or commitments until you can see the relationship clearly without the influence of intense biological drives. Thousands of guys show up in the Philippines every day and do really stupid things because they're letting tight Filipina pussy control their minds. Sex is great, and sex is the glue that holds a relationship together. But don't let sex cloud your judgment. After you pop your sausage, you need to pay attention to all the feelings and clues that you notice. So that means that if you show up here and are drunk the entire time you're having sex with a Filipina at the start of a relationship, you're not going to be able to properly think after you blow your load. So be smart. And hey, don't get me wrong, there's no better feeling in the world than drunk sex. But just wait to do that until after you've been able to properly assess the situation with a Filipina. Law number 3, don't think that you're special. Thousands of foreign men arrive in the Philippines every single day looking for Filipino wives and girlfriends. And Filipinos view every foreigner exactly the same way. We think every foreigner is rich and we think every foreigner is here looking for love. So, don't think that showing up here or having money or having really noble intentions makes you special here. Even if you came here and threw a huge $10,000 party with a bunch of hot Filipinos in the nightlife district, they wouldn't be impressed. They would be bored because there's another guy ready to do the same thing tomorrow night and the next night and the next night after that. If you came here with serious intentions of finding a Filipino wife and taking care of her and supporting her family and sacrificing everything for her to have a better life with you, a Filipina won't be impressed because that's what every guy says. And the reality is that most guys are only here for a week or two and then they're gone. And the other reality is that you're making an assumption that she needs or wants a better life. Never forget that she might be perfectly content to live the life she's living, and the better life you want for her might be actually be a downgrade in her mind. Money and good intentions are a peso a dozen here. So, the real way you make yourself special here is by doing 3 things. First, change how you think about money. Most Filipinos aren't impressed by guys who throw around lots of money because we see it as something they're using to try to control other people. If you shift your mindset and start using your money to make a Filipina feel special, then that will make you very special to her. Second, when it comes to your intentions, if you want to be special, then learn how to shut the fuck up and show her with your actions. Words are cheap in the Philippines. Actions are what counts. Third, stop trying to impress a Filipina and start trying to engage her emotions. Basically, that means knowing how to have game. That's how you really make yourself special here because most guys have zero game. And I know this because I have talked with thousands of foreigners over the last several years and 99% had absolutely no game. But 1% were special because they knew exactly how to engage my emotions. These guys were game masters, and I put everything I learned in a book called Irish's Black Book of Game that I'll finally be releasing in April. If you want me to send you a free copy when it gets released, click the link in the description below. Law number 4, you're here to date, not rescue Filipinos. If you think that showing up and trying to rescue Filipinos or trying to be like Superman and save the Philippines is going to make a Filipino fall in love with you, think again. So, when you show up here, don't try to be the nice guy. I let you in on a little secret. Filipinos don't fuck nice guys, but don't get this twisted. It doesn't mean you should show up and be an asshole. It just means that you need to understand the difference between being a nice guy and being a kind guy. And the difference is that the nice guy is all about seeking approval from others. It usually comes from a place of insecurity, and it's usually a mask that is covering the true nature of the guy. And he does things because he's told to do them. And Filipinos view this guy as being weak-minded and easily manipulated. Being the kind guy is different. To be kind in the Philippines means to be observant and actually do something thoughtful for someone because you want to do it. And that's why Filipinas fuck kind guys every single day. Because they're not weak. They're thoughtful and they know how to make a Filipina feel special. For example, I had a viewer here who saw that I was wearing the same dress in every video when I was getting started. And so, he sent me some money to buy some new dresses. And this is one of the dresses that I bought. No one had ever done that for me before. It was incredibly thoughtful. He wasn't being the nice guy. He was being the kind guy when he did that. And it really meant a lot to me. Also, doing charity work is great here. There's a lot of Filipinos who are in desperate need of help. And there's a lot of good work you can do here to make a difference in the lives of Filipinos. But you need to understand that the feeling you get from being a good person in the Philippines is the reward for being a good person in the Philippines. That's it. It's not going to earn you any extra points here with any Filipinas. Sorry. I do charity work once a month here with some of the tip money that I receive on my channel. Last month, I was able to purchase 2 wheelchairs for one young kid and one older adult in my barangay who weren't able to walk and had been stuck inside for a very long time. And seeing the look on both of their faces when they were able to actually go outside and see the sunshine was the best reward ever. It felt so good that I just bought 8 more wheelchairs that I'll be taking to more kids and adults in my barangay later this month. But my reward is the feeling I get for doing it. That's it. There's no prize. It doesn't help me make more money. It doesn't get me more views on YouTube. In fact, since I started doing more charity work here to help Filipinos have better lives, my views have gone down, and that means the tips I've received have gone down as well. But that's okay because I believe in what I'm doing, and the reward I get from doing that work is far greater than any reward I could receive sitting in front of a camera all day. The point is that if you're here to date, then date. If you want to help a Filipina, then be the kind guy, not the nice guy. And if you want to do some charity work, then great. But understand, there's no prize for doing it when you show up here. Law number 5. It's up to you to get what you want. If you send a Filipina you met on a dating site $10,000 over 6 months and then she doesn't show up to meet you, no one is going to feel sorry for you. If you show up and take the bait and get scammed out of $80,000 in some house and visa scam with a Filipina, no one is going to feel sorry for you. My channel is called Smart Girl Philippines for a reason because I want to help guys to be smart and find love. If you show up and you're dumb and you don't find love, then it's nobody's fault but your own. I recently made a video called How to Get What You Want in the Philippines, and I put a link in the description below if you want to watch it. But the bottom line is that you need to figure out who you are and what you want, and then show up and figure out how to get it. And if you don't get it, there's no one else to blame except yourself. Of course, you can rant and make YouTube videos saying the Philippines sucks or that all Filipinas are gold diggers. But no one really cares what you have to say. They know that you're just upset because you didn't get what you wanted here. And now, you're trying to shift the blame to anything other than yourself. Aw, poor guy. Law number 6. It's every man for himself. You don't have any friends when you sit down at the dating poker table in the Philippines. Expats aren't your friends. Filipino guys aren't your friends. The Philippines isn't your friend. Your home country isn't your friend. Social media isn't your friend. And dating sites aren't your friend. They don't actually want you to find love. They want to keep people paying for memberships. Duh! Remember, when it comes to dating, it's you against the world. And it's up to you to be a smart poker player at the dating poker table, or you'll end up being a dating loser in the Philippines. And law number 7, always hold on loosely. Every single relationship you'll ever be in with a Filipina will eventually end, either in 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, or a few decades. So, no matter what, always enjoy the time you have with a Filipina and always hold on loosely, unless you're doing it dog style. Then, hold on tighter. If you show up and have desperation breath, a Filipina can smell that from a kilometer away, and it will make you really unattractive. If you show up and try to control a Filipina, she's going to want to run away from you. So, never try to hold on too tightly. If you're putting a lot of effort into a relationship and a Filipina isn't reciprocating that effort, then move on. If a relationship isn't working, then keep moving. If a relationship is good but needs to have a necessary ending because of a complication, then end it. But if a relationship is going great, then enjoy the ride. And hopefully, that ride involves plenty of reverse cowgirl. Yeehaw! And no matter what happens when you show up here today, when you're on the plane flying back to your home country, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. Let me conclude by saying that when you show up here today, just remember that several million guys have come here before you. No pun intended. So, these laws exist for a reason. If you follow them, then you're probably going to have a really fun and meaningful time in the Philippines. But if you break these laws, then good luck. What do you think? If you have any laws to add to the list, then leave a comment below. If you think I did a good job, feel free to tip me in proportion to the value you feel that you've derived from watching this episode by clicking the super thanks button or using my PayPal link in the description below. So, the girls and I can buy Red Horse and Jollibee or maybe a bottle of tequila because the song is true. Of course, we all live very simple lives here in the Philippines and we don't need anyone's money. But none of this would be possible without all the people who keep showing up and supporting our efforts. So, thank you very much. And as usual, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for the good luck of the Philippines. And, oh yeah, it's okay if you want to hold on a little tighter to me.